Now we review The Watchers. I mean, what a twist, bro. What a twist. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I have seen The Watchers, which is a film made by the daughter of M. Night Shyamalan. And I would have to say that, for you famous people, you've got enough money, put your money in a trust, live off the interest, and let not famous people go do something, so that at least the not famous people can give you a new flavor, a new style, because this was a very much similar to an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Now, the premise of this film is that you have this woman who is... you got this chick who has a childhood trauma stemming from her mother's death. She is then tasked with taking a parrot to a zoo. And on the way to the zoo, her car breaks down and she winds up in this weird thing where she is living with a bunch of other people, has to stay inside at night, and is watched through two-way glass. Yeah. So, for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase one of these bracelets from the company 4Ocean. 4Ocean pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. If you'd be so kind as comment, like, and subscribe, you're doing your part for a better world. Now, there is a lot wrong with the premise of The Watchers. This being in Ireland, I would assume in Ireland people go missing and people go look for them. Alright? So if people were going missing in a forest in Ireland, people would go look for them and go missing in that forest in Ireland. So, I mean, yes, it is possible. There are, I don't know if it's in Ireland, but I do know that there are places where you will see a fence around a hill or a mound, and there'll generally be flowers coming out of the top of the hill, and there'll be no way to get in the fence, no gate or door. And this is because they consider that mound to be a portal to the fairy world. Okay? This is a thing. So, is it possible that people kind of consider this entire forest a portal, and we don't go in there for that reason? I guess, but this is modern times. So people go missing, and no one goes to look for them, and this is not a thing that happens in modern film. If this had been set, in 1940s or 1919, I would understand more because we don't have the communication. But in modern day, it's like one of the characters in this was a doctor who lived at a university, or worked at a university, and went off to do some field research and never came back. There would be people looking for him. That was not addressed. So that is the thing that takes me out of this the most. The irreality, the suspension of disbelief that is so ridiculous that I just can't believe it. And then we have the fact that, the characters themselves are not particularly interesting. They don't have any personal tics that you know of. You've got the old chick. You've got some other girl I don't remember. The main character who looks too much like the old chick. And then this dude. And there may be some other characters in there, but I don't remember them. There's some evidence that more people go missing in this particular forest. There are, an underground tunnels, and they find artifacts in there of human habitation, modern artifacts, in fact. So there's that. But, again, the film just kind of washes over you, and you look at it and you think, the premise of being watched by forces you don't understand, that they just want to know you. The idea of you being on the other side of the bars of the zoo, so to speak, is a creepy and dehumanizing idea. But without some kind of understanding or point, nothing gels. Yeah, the creature design, you don't see the creatures till the end. And whereas it's nothing I haven't seen before, it's kind of like, okay, you look at the internet, this is what you would find. I think it's kind of given away by the poster. It's nothing to draw you in. I mean, a lot of people say The Village was not a good movie. I actually rather liked it, at least I recall. I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was wonderful. I just think it was. But, I mean, I would have enjoyed The Village over this because the characters in it were far more memorable. Whereas this film, I mean, you take the entire plot, and this is based on a book. So it's very much a claustrophobic journey of a small group of people. But, if you have these creatures, it's like, how did this structure get here? If it did get here, are the creatures on the other side of the glass intelligent? If they're intelligent, why don't they communicate with you? They're watching you. They're learning your language. Why don't they figure out who you are and start a dialogue and say, look, this is what we want? Like, if you go to a zoo, and the lion gets out, we try to capture the lion alive unless it's a danger. That's not how this movie works. If you're out during the nighttime in this film, you get dead. You can go out as long as you want during the day, but for some unexplainable reason, this particular structure is too far away to walk to safety, right? Or to run to safety, or whatever it is. It's kind of like, when you think about it, it's kind of like that film, The Maze Runner, which I did not see, by the way. It's like, okay, you can go and try to map the maze during the day, and then, you got to be back by sundown, or else the maze closes and you're done. Okay, makes sense. But really, when you examine this, it just does not give you an environment where you, as a thinking creature, are thinking, how would I react in this reality? We don't have a lot of push. We don't have a lot of points of reference. There's no way to get the leverage. It's one of those movies, like when you watch a horror movie and it's like, all you can do is delay the inevitable. The enemy is going to get you no matter what. It takes something away from the story because there's nothing drawing you in, nothing making you want to think, well, how would I have done this? Or how would I survive in this world? Or how does this relate to me? So yeah, look, this is a interesting enough film, particularly if you're not a film buff and you don't know what these films are like, then go watch this film because it's fine, but it belongs in the middle of your watch list. Again, this is not a film that needs to be seen in theaters. There's nothing in this film that is going to be enhanced by the theater experience. If you're watching it on a reasonable TV or a reasonable computer, this is fine. If you're watching it on your phone, you're wasting your time because you can't see the finer details and it completely ruins the film for you. But for me, this is smack dab in the middle of the watch list. Would not leave my house to see it. If I were seeing a movie, regardless, and this were there, and I had seen everything else in the theater, I would be fine watching it. But that's just my opinion, and I'd love to hear yours. Comments below. I'm Richard.
Greetings, humans! It's your old pal Randall the Rat again, and I'm taking a break from eating your delicious face to remind you to comment, like, and subscribe. And why should you do that? Well, for one thing, see this bling here? That awesome, isn't it? Yeah, got a dragon on it. This is what you get if you go to the Conqueror and start the Great Wall of China Challenge. Yeah. Walk long enough, bike long enough, you can plant 5 trees and get this awesome necklace, which the owner of this channel, Richard, has done for you because he wanted to plant 5 trees and get an awesome necklace. And for every 1,000 subscribers he gets, he also buys a bracelet from 4Ocean. And they pull a pound of trash out of the ocean. So the more money he has, the more of these challenges he buys from the Conqueror. And the more trees he plants for you. So if you comment, you like, and subscribe, he can buy more bracelets, pull more trash out of the ocean, and plant more trees. Isn't that awesome? Shouldn't you be doing that then? Be smart. Click that like button, or I'll eat you. Might eat you anyway. You look delicious.